The phone screen glowed like a beacon in the dark, its cold blue light slicing through the silence of our apartment. My thumb hovered over the text. Working late at the office conference. Don't wait up tonight. It was 10:47 p.m. The words weren't unusual. Lena often worked late, especially with this new product launch she'd been leading. But something about the way the message sat there cold, clipped, impersonal hit different. I typed back, fingers trembling, trying to mask the rising dread with sarcasm. Hope you and Jake from accounting enjoy the presentation. I hit send. I didn't expect a reply, didn't even want one. I just needed to feel something other than the hollow twist in my gut. 20 minutes passed. Then came the sound of keys fumbling at the door. She stumbled in like she'd run from something. Her face was pale, makeup half faded, lips parted as if she'd been holding her breath the whole way here. Her hands shook slightly as she dropped her bag by the door. I thought I left my charger, she said too quickly, eyes darting around like the walls had ears. Working late ended early? I asked, keeping my voice light, like we were just roommates catching up after a long day. She laughed, but it caught in her throat. Yeah, just got tired of sitting there. The words didn't match her face. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. I watched her cross the room, trying to steady herself, acting like everything was fine. But her breathing betrayed her. Shallow, rushed, like her lungs weren't used to lying. I smiled, not because I believed her, but because I didn't want to believe what my gut was telling me. You hungry? I asked, rising from the couch. I was just about to order something. She waved it off. No, I'm good. I nodded, watching her from the corner of my eye. Her fingers kept brushing over her thigh, like checking for something. Her phone, maybe? She didn't realize it, but she'd already said more with her silence than anything that would come after. Lena stood in the kitchen like a stranger wearing her own skin. Same apartment, same layout, but everything between us felt off. She moved with that overacted ease people use when they're trying too hard to seem normal. Her smile was stiff, eyes not quite meeting mine. She poured herself water, even though she always reached for wine this late. I said nothing, just leaned against the counter, arms folded, pretending to scroll through my phone. So, I said casually, how was the conference? She blinked. Oh, it was fine. Boring. Really? Her phone buzzed against the counter. She didn't look at it, just placed her hand over it like a parent quieting a child. Jake's still on your team? I asked. The question hung in the air like a loaded gun. She flinched. Yeah? Why? I shrugged. Just remembered you mentioned his name a lot this week. She sipped her water. He's been helpful. The words came out flat, scripted, like she was reading from a prompt in her head. I noticed the subtle angle she held her phone, tilted just enough so I wouldn't catch a glimpse of the screen. A small detail, but when trust starts cracking, small details scream louder than confessions. I saw an old Instagram story of you today, I said. Didn't know you were that close. She stiffened. Oh, that was from the holiday party. It was nothing. Looked cozy. She turned away, pretending to rinse her glass. I saw her jaw tighten. I don't know why you're making this weird, she muttered. I told you I was at work. I'm not making it weird, I said. I just asked a question. More buzzing. This time, louder. She pressed a button on her phone without checking it and walked past me, mumbling something about needing to shower. I stayed in the kitchen, gripping the edge of the counter, my knuckles white. My heart wasn't broken. Not yet, but it was starting to tremble. There was a time when she'd tell me everything before walking through the door, before needing to lie. Now, she was here, physically, but somewhere else entirely. And I was just a man watching the woman he loved slowly disappear in plain sight. We sat on opposite ends of the couch, the soft hum of the fridge in the kitchen the only thing filling the silence. Lena tucked her legs under herself, arms crossed tightly over her chest like armor. I stared at the muted television, not watching, just trying to make sense of what I already knew but didn't want to say. She broke the silence first. It's not what you think. My stomach sank. I turned toward her, forcing calm into my voice. Then help me understand, because right now, what I think is tearing me up. She looked at me with that wide-eyed innocence she used when we were first dating. But now, it just felt hollow. I was just overwhelmed at work. I needed space. Space with Jake. Her eyes flicked to the floor. You didn't answer my text, I said. But you flew through the door 20 minutes later. shaking like you'd seen a ghost. Why? I told you, she said quickly. I thought I forgot my charger. I leaned forward, elbows on my knees. Lena, you don't run through the rain for a charger. You run because you're scared. Or caught. Her mouth opened, closed. She looked like she wanted to cry but wasn't sure if she should. You think I'm cheating on you, she whispered. I think you're hiding something. She didn't deny it. Then let me see, I said. Your messages. Just prove I'm wrong, please. That word please, it came out cracked. Pathetic. I hated how much of myself I was handing her in that moment. Her hand inched toward her. Phone. Pause. Retracted. Double quotes. I don't want you reading into things that don't mean anything, she said. A beat of silence. Then I nodded. So I'm not allowed to read into the very thing causing this rift between us? I just need time. Okay, she said, standing abruptly. God, you're not even giving me the benefit of the doubt, because every answer you give sounds like it's been rehearsed. I snapped, finally letting the edge show. She stared at me, lips parted, eyes glossy but defiant. Maybe if you actually paid attention before tonight, I wouldn't have needed to talk to someone else, she said. It wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel, but it hit harder than any scream. And with that, she turned, walking down the hall to our bedroom. Not defeated, not guilty. Just done talking. Her phone buzzed again, this time deep inside her purse. It sounded like a timer counting down. I stayed on the couch, motionless. My chest felt tight, like I was holding my breath underwater. The hallway was silent. No drawers opening, no shower running, just silence. And the echo of what she just said, maybe if you actually paid attention. That line kept repeating in my head like a cruel refrain. It wasn't just about Jake. It was about everything we'd stopped saying, everything she let slide into someone else's arms, someone who listened. She reappeared in the doorway, dressed like she was heading out. My voice caught. Where are you going? I need some air. You always run when I ask for honesty. She flinched. And you always assume the worst. Assume what your silence screams. That stopped her. For a second, her face softened like she might say something real. But then her jaw tensed. She grabbed her bag and slung it over her shoulder. Don't do this, I said quietly. Don't leave like this. She hesitated at the door, hand on the knob. I just need time, please. I stood but didn't block her. I didn't yell or beg. I just looked at her, the girl I used to know, the woman I now couldn't read. I loved you in the quiet, I said. Even when you stopped speaking. She blinked hard, and for a moment, I thought she might collapse into my arms. But she did in single quotes T. She opened the door and stepped out into the night without another word, and I didn't follow, because something inside me knew if you have to beg someone to stay, they already left.